राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you very much for joining in for our Ekadashi special session today. Today is Varutini Ekadashi. Varutini Ekadashi Mahamotsava ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So let's start with the prayers, Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sargana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradushi Namaha Panchatattvaatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatharubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripātamaham Vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hari Om Tatsat. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So thank you devotees for joining in for our Ekadashi special session. So we started off with the Mangalacharan prayers, and next we are going on to studying the Ekadashi Mahatmya. So we know that following Ekadashi, Madhava Tithi, Bhakti Janani, Jetana Palana Kori, whoever follows these wonderful days, observes fasting from grains and beans, and does feasting on the holy names of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, they will become special recipients of the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. And that is why we observe these wonderful tithis like Ekadashi, Ramanavami, Gaurapurnima, Radhashtami, Shri Krishna Janmashtami, etc. All right, so let's quickly move ahead to studying the glories of Varutini Ekadashi as explained to Yudhishthira Maharaj by Lord Shri Krishna himself. So let's go to the glories of Varutini Ekadashi. Varutini Ekadashi Mahamahotsava ki Jai. Okay, Anusha Mataji, go ahead, please read. And then Sudha Mataji can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Tanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Glories of Varutini Ekadashi. Shri Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Vasudeva, I offer my most humble obeisances unto you. Please now describe to me
just 1 second, Mataji, 1 second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Shri Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Vasudeva, I offer my most humble obeisances unto you. Please now describe to me the Ekadashi of the dark fortnight, Krishna Paksha, of the month of Vaishaka, April to May, including its specific merits and influence. Lord Shri Krishna replied, O King, in this world and the next, the most auspicious and magnanimous Ekadashi is Varutini Ekadashi, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Vaishaka. Whoever observes a complete fast on this sacred day has his sins completely removed, obtains continuous happiness, and achieves all good fortune. Fasting on Varutini Ekadashi makes even an unfortunate woman fortunate. Upon anyone who observes it, this Ekadashi bestows a material enjoyment in this life and liberation after the death of this present body. It destroys the sins of all and saves people from the miseries of repeated rebirth. By observing this Ekadashi properly, King Mandata was liberated. Many other kings also benefited from observing it. Kings such as Maharaja Dundumara in the Ikshwaku dynasty, who became free from leprosy resulting from the curse that Lord Shiva had imposed upon him as a punishment. Whatever merit one obtains by performing austerities and penances for 10,000 years is achieved by a person who observes Varutini Ekadashi. The merit one achieves by donating a great amount of gold during a solar eclipse at Kurukshetra is gained by one who observes this one Ekadashi with love and devotion and certainly attains his goals in this life and the next. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All right, who's reading next? Sudha Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. That very same merit, however, can be easily achieved by one. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, therefore it said that whoever has a sacred act of charity.
Okay, yeah. Therefore, it is said that whoever has a sacred act of charity gives away in marriage a maiden decorated with various ornaments and who also gives a dowry with her obtains merit that cannot be described even by Chitragupta, the chief secretary of Yamaraja in the heavenly planets. That very same merit, however, can be easily achieved by one who fasts on the Varuntini Ekadashi. The following things should be given up on the Dashami, the 10th phase of the moon, the day before the Ekadashi. Eating on bell metal plates, eating any kind of urad dal, eating red lentils, eating chickpeas, eating kondo, a grain that is primarily eaten by poor people and that resembles poppy seeds or agar panta seeds, eating spinach, eating honey, eating in another person's house, home, eating more than once, and participating in sex of any kind. On the Ekadashi itself, one should give up the following: gambling, sports, sleeping during the daytime, betel nuts and its leaf, brushing one's teeth, spreading rumors, fault finding, talking to the spiritually fallen, anger and lying. On the Dwadashi day after Ekadashi, the 12th phase of the moon, one should give up the following: eating on bell metal plates, eating urad dal, this is eating lentils or honey, lying, strenuous exercise or labor, eating more than once, any sexual activity, shaving the body, face or head, smearing oils on one's body, and eating in another's home.
Okay.
Therefore, O king, he who is no, sorry. Lord Sri Krishna continued, whoever observes the Varuntini Ekadashi in this way becomes free from all sinful reactions and returns to the eternal spiritual abode. One who worships Lord Janardana Krishna on this Ekadashi by staying awake throughout the entire night also becomes free from all his previous sins and attains to the spiritual abode. Therefore, O king, he who is frightened of his accumulated sins and their attendant reactions, and thus of death itself, must observe Varutini Ekadashi by fasting very strictly. Finally, O noble Yudhishthira, he who hears or reads this glorification of the sacred Varutini Ekadashi obtains the merit earned by donating 1,000 cows in charity, and at last he returns home to the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu in the Vaikunthas.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, at other sadhaka level, I don't think so. We would understand, so many intricacies of what we should do before, what we should do on the day, what should we do next day, right? So, we simply follow the instruction given by Prabhupada that we chant minimum 25 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on Ekadashi days. And then we observe, of course, dal and all we don't eat. Rice, any kinds of dal and rice and beans and any dals. Right? Basically, we have, some of us were able to do nirjal. Some of us will do sajal, means with water, and safala, right? Mostly fruits and vegetables, and milk and curd, like that. So we try to minimize our requirements on Ekadashi so that we can concentrate more on chanting Hare Krishna. So that is in a nutshell the requirement that is given, right? On Ekadashi days, we have to do more Smaranam of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how do we do Smaranam in this age of Kali? We do by Kirtanam. We do by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in order to chant Hare Krishna mantra more and more, we try to reduce the other requirements of the body. And that we do as per the prescribed Shastras, what is given, that we avoid rice, grains, beans, and lentils, and all those dal and everything else. Right? Safe is to do, fruits, vegetables, of course, not beans and those varieties, and chant more rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the best way, and we surrender to the Lord. Right? We are not yogis who want to practice austerity, and by our own strength of performing austerity, we want to attain Krishna Prema. Right? We know that whatever we are doing for the pleasure of the Lord, according to the instructions of our gurus, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and there will be mistakes in our observance of the Ekadashi. So what we do, we try to do our best, and then we simply try to follow instructions, because the Lord, our Guru and Gauranga are not pleased by our austerity itself. They are more pleased by our bhava, or our desire, or our sincerity to wanting to do this to please them. Right? They are simply pleased by our sincerity to do this for their pleasure. That is what pleases them more, and not the very act of performing this austerity. Of course, that is also important, but when we do it for the pleasure of the Lord, that's what pleases the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's what pleases Guru and Gauranga. So that can be our meditation for today, that on the day of Ekadashi today, I am going to remember Krishna 24 hours. Right? They say that if you aim for the sky, at least you will reach the ceiling. Right? So let us try to remember Krishna 24 hours of the day. Whatever we are doing, let us try to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let us try to hear the glories of the Lord. Let us try to speak the glories of the Lord, and let us try to sing nice Vaishnava bhajans. And in this way, do everything in connection with Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. So that can be our meditation for today on the auspicious occasion of Varutini Ekadashi. All right. Okay, so let's move to the next section of our Ekadashi special session. So what is it that we are moving to? Yeah, so we are now going to sing a very beautiful bhajan. Right? This is, see, if we need to please Guru and Gauranga, we need to follow their instructions. So this song is going to talk about what is the instruction of Gauranga Mahaprabhu directly. And it's written by one of our Vaishnava Acharyas. So in this way, if we follow the instructions given in the song, we are pleasing Guru and Gauranga. So what is the instruction? That's what we're going to sing. This song is entitled Gaura Madhur Sware, written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, right? Who is the spiritual master, or the, who's the father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the spiritual master of His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is our eternal Siksha Guru. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling us what Gauranga Mahaprabhu is instructing us, right? So simply by following this, what do? We will please Guru and Gauranga. So let me share my screen and then we will quickly go on to reading the translation, or we'll discuss the crux of this verse, of this beautiful song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So the song its official name is Shri Nagara Kirtana Shri Nama Song. Right, in this part of the book named Gitavali, and the author is, of course, our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the language is Bengali, but it is very easily understandable. So we'll quickly discuss the crux of the song after singing the song. Sai Gaura Madhur Swade, Sai Gaura Madhur Swade, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sai Gaura Madhur Sware, Grihe Thako, Mane Thako, Sada Hari, Kule Thako, Dukhe Dukhe, Kulo Nako, Vadane, Harinan Kolore, Sai Gaura Madhur Sware, Maya Jadu, Katha ho, eko chetana pere, Radha naam bolo re, Sai Gaura Madhur Sware, Jivan Koiro Krishna, Krishna, Bhakti Dino, Uddhadecha, Ek Bhat Naam Rase Madhore, Sai Gaura Madhur Sware, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Sai Gaura Madhur Sware, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Sai Gaura Madhur Sware. Gai Gaura Madhur Sware. So, what is Gauranga Mahaprabhu singing in a very sweet voice? What is he saying? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He's singing in a very beautiful voice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grihe tako, vane tako, sada hari bole tako. So all of us who have joined in this call, we are all grihastas. So whether we are grihastas or some of us, if you are more than 60, we have grown up children, we've already, given the responsibilities of the family to our children. So for us, especially Vanetako, whether we are in the Vanaprastha ashram, then we should get out of the normal responsibilities of the family, and we should engage more in the service of Guru and Gauranga, chant more rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, right? As Grahasthas, until say about 50, and these days, 55, even 60, we are so entangled in our material affairs, right? Taking care of children, they are still in their college and everything, right? When even we are close to 50, right? They're still in college and we need to get them married. Once we settle down our children, right, to get them married, and then we hand over the affairs of the family to our children, whether be it sons or daughters, right? When they get married, they become responsible. They take the responsibility of running the family. And then what do? We can simply stay at home and practice Krishna consciousness, right? We have become absolved of the day-to-day duties, getting packing lunchbox, sending children to school, all of these things will get absolved because our children have taken the responsibility of running the family, so they will have their children and they will be doing all of that. And then as we enter our 60s, hopefully we will be peaceful, sitting and practicing Harinam Sankirtan and preaching and going on for book distribution, and just be there for them when they need us, like that. So as life progresses, we should fine tune our lives so that we can dedicate more and more hours out of the 24 hours in doing our Sanatana Dharma. Right now, we're doing Swadharma. We are trying to somehow dovetail everything in the service of the Lord, which is also very good because that's what Krishna says. But as we move towards 60, then we should dedicate more time for Sanatana Dharma. Practicing ABCD square, more association of devotees, studying Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam, singing the bhajans of the Lord, doing book distribution, doing activities that are for the pleasure of the Lord. Right? Sanatana Dharma is Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasya Re Pujana Sakijana Atmani Vedana Govinda Dasa Abhilasha Re. Right? Govinda Das Kaviraj Goswami, another Vaishnava Acharya. He's saying, I want to simply engage in all of these things. So as we progress towards Vanaprastha, we should progress towards doing more of Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Archanam Mandaram Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. But of course, when we are situated in the Grahastha ashram, that is also important because we want to make our children Krishna conscious. We want to make our family Krishna conscious. So we want to work in such a way that all of them are happily and comfortably situated so that we can practice Krishna consciousness. Sukhe dukhe bole nakho vadane harinam karore. Right? Whether we are sukha or dukha, this world is dukhalayam. So if there is no dukha, specifically we feel sukha. So whether we are happy or we are distressed, we tolerate both the situations and we simply we don't forget to chant the holy names of Lord Hari. Maya jale badda hoye. We are all entangled in the three modes of material nature. That's why we are here in this material world. Ekona chetana pe Radha Madhav naam bolore. Right? Have just one thought that I have to continuously chant the names of Radha Krishna, continuously chant the names of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, continuously chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Jivana Hoilo Shesha, right? As we are progressing towards Vanaprastha, it means what? We are progressing towards old age, and that means what comes next? After old age, what comes? Birth, death, disease, old age, and then finally, Dehinosminata Dehe Kaumaram Yovanam Jara, Tata Dehantara Prapti, Dhiras Tatra Namuyati. And then we have to take another material body. That means we die, we give up this body. So we want to ensure that we don't take up another material body. We want to go back home, back to Godhead. We want to reawaken our Krishna consciousness. Jivana Hoilo Shesha. We're entering the last stage, right? Slowly, from birth, and then we grow. Dehinosminitatehe Kaumaram Yovanam Jara. Right? So we are born in this world as small children, and then we grow, and then we maintain ourselves, and then we produce byproducts. Right? That's what in that stage we are doing. We are producing byproducts, and then we are maintaining our life, and then we become Jara. Right? Jara means we become old and then we die. Right? The 6 stages are there. Birth, then we become baby, then child, then teenagers, and then adults, and then we produce byproducts, and then we maintain, and then we get diseased, and then we die. Right? So the 6 stages. Right? Most of us are in our 40s and our 50s and our 60s. and 30s or 20s also for that reason. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60. And then after 60, jara. And nowadays, vyadi comes even earlier stage also, right? Numbness, and then cannot sit down, cannot get up. If you get up, cannot sit down. Right? All of this have started. In Kali-yuga, everything happens advanced, right? Even in our 40s and 50s, we are feeling, that we are feeling disease. What all diseases come, right? And then finally, death, right? So, Jivana Hoilo Sesha, we are entering into the last phases of our life. Na bajile Rishikesha, if we don't chant the names of Rishikesha, Bhakti Vinod Upadesha, Ekbar, Nam Rasi Mathore. So, we are preparing ourselves for bad future if you are not chanting Rishikesha's names, if you are not chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, what is Bhakti Vinod Thakur Upadesha? What is Bhakti Vinod Thakur instructing us? Ek bar naam rase mathore. Experience the taste of chanting Shuddha Naam before we die or before we give up this material body. And then what happens? We will acquire a spiritual body. We will go back, come back to Godhead. We will love Krishna. We will eternally serve Krishna. All that is possible only when we sincerely, following the instructions of our gurus, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it is very wonderful. Jivana Hoilo Sesha. We don't know how long we're going to live, right? Whether we are in the 20s or whether we are in the 30s or the 40s or the 50s or the 60s or the 70s or the 80s, whatever be our age, right? We don't know how long we're going to live, right? Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days. We don't even have the assurance of 7 seconds, isn't it? So we should always think we are in Sesha. We are in the last stage of our life. So we have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And of course, we need to be practical also. According to our age, we know what is our Swadharma. We know what is our Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma we have to practice. And Swadharma, slowly, we need to give up our attachments. Right? We need to practice as a matter of duty. All of our responsibilities, our roles and responsibilities as a mother, as a father, as a grandmother, as a grandfather, as a wife, as a husband, as an employee of an organization, right? Even there's retirement there also. 58, 60, like that retirement is there. So we have to give up all of our, slowly, we have to give up all of our attachments that we have to do immediately. We have to start practicing that so that when the right time comes, we give up, right? We don't have a difficulty. Like Parikshit Maharaj gave up everything when it was the peak, right? He was ruling his kingdom very nicely. Just because he was cursed, he gave up everything. So slowly, we need to practice, right? Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyena chuchyate. That vairagya will come only when we practice abhyas. When we chant Hare Krishna, when we hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. We need to slowly param drishtva nivartate, experience the taste of devotional service so that when the time comes, we are able to give up all of these things. Not be continuously entangled in doing this, doing that, I will do this, I will do that. It's a never-ending task, right? So we need to give it up at a particular point in time, and we need to have the intelligence for which we need to pray to Lord Sri Krishna to give us the right intelligence so that we perform our Swadharma in a way that's pleasing to Guru and Gauranga. And the right time, we also give it up, so that we can spend most of our time in performing Sanatana Dharma for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. So that's the instruction of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, that we continuously chant and be happy. Prabhupada says, chant and be happy, like that. Okay, so let's move ahead to the next part of the session. What are we going to do next? Okay, Bhagavad Gita, we are learning 2 verses. I really thank Shobha Mataji for this PowerPoint presentation, which is following the sequence of what is given there. So thank you, Mataji. And then let's move ahead to the next session, which is studying these 2 Bhagavad Gita verses 4.1 and 4.2. Again, this is really wonderful. It was not planned. But again, 4.1 and 4.2, I'm going to talk about the glories of the Guru Parampara. Right? So let's quickly go on to 4.1 and 4.2. Let me share my screen. 4.1 and 4.2 of the Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Abhyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ikshva Kare Bravit. So this is also talking about the Guru Parampara, right? And Krishna says, I instructed the science. To whom? To Imam Vivasvate Yogam, to Vivaswan, the sun god. Proktavan aham avyayam. I spoke this science of Bhagavad Gita to Vivaswan. And what did Vivaswan do? When we hear the knowledge, we don't want to keep it to ourselves. We want to give it to others, isn't it? That is the best expression of gratitude. When we have received this Krishna consciousness, we don't want to keep it to ourselves. We want to give it to others. There's Bhajananandi and there's Goshtyanandi. We are all part of the Goshtyanandi team of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Coming in the Guru Parampara, we are all doing our little bits like the squirrel helped Lord Ram in building the bridge. Hanumanji was doing wonderful Herculean tasks. The squirrel was also doing its bit, isn't it? Like that, we become soldiers in the army of Srila Prabhupada, in the bigger army of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose Senapati Bhakta is Prabhupada. And they're also small soldiers assisting Srila Prabhupada. So like that, Vivaswan gave it to Manu Ikshwaka Manu gave it to Ikshwaku. So from time immemorial, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is coming down in the disciplic succession. 4.2 Shri Bhagavan Vacha Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu Sakalane Hamahata Yogo Nashtaha Parantapa. Right? So Krishna is calling Arjuna Parantapa. Parantapa means somebody who's practicing austerity. Right? The Param means supreme. Right? So Arjuna is also practicing austerity when he's fighting the war also. Why? Because he's doing Ma Manusmara Yudhyacha. He's following exactly what Krishna told him. That while he's fighting the war also, he's following instructions of Lord Krishna only. Because he didn't want to fight the war, but he fought the war because Krishna told him to. Right? So, evam praptam imam rajarsho vidu. So, this knowledge is received through parampara, through the disciplic succession. Imam rajarsho vidu. So, the various kings who received it, they received it in parampara. Sakalaneha mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. But as the time progressed, what happened? This knowledge was lost. And then what is Krishna telling Arjuna? That is the reason I am repeating this knowledge, which I once gave to Vivaswan. This knowledge, I am giving it to you now again, Arjuna, because with the passage of time, this knowledge seems to have been lost. Right? When this knowledge is lost, then what happens? Lord Shri Krishna is again giving this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which is the manual for the human life. Right? This knowledge, again, Krishna is giving to Bhagavad Gita. And through Arjuna, who are all the recipients of the Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are all recipients of the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So these are the two verses that we want to memorize in case we have not yet memorized. And then we want to do Mananam. And then we want to do Nidhi Dhyasanam. Mananam means meditate on these verses. Nidhi Dhyasanam means also trying to understand how I can apply this verse in my life. How can I apply this verse in my life? If I follow the instructions of my Guru, right? And then the Guru, how do we, right? We all have a choice of whom we want to take as our Guru, right? The Guru should come in a bona fide parampara, right? We have the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru Parampara that we are part of. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he was part of this parampara, right? Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru Parampara. And then there is Rudra Sampradaya, and then there is Kumara Sampradaya, and then there is Lakshmi Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya. So the Guru has to come in one of these four bona fide paramparas, and the Guru's words should be to just repeat Krishna's words. And the conclusion is that Sarvasya Jaham Hridi Sannivishto Mata Jnanam Upanam Cha Vedescha Sarven Ahameva Vedyo. You should understand at the end of the study of the Bhagavad Gita, following instructions of the Guru, and the conclusion that we should arrive at is Jiveru Swarupe Krishnera Nityadas, and the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. If this is the conclusion that we arrive at after studying the Bhagavad Gita, then we have studied the Bhagavad Gita properly under a bona fide Guru. We have understood Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then we want to do those three steps. So understanding my relationship with the Lord, that is Sambandha. Understanding what I need to do to reawaken my relationship with the Lord, which is Abhideya, the process of Shravanam to Atmanivedanam. And then finally, by the causeless mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we will attain the Prayojana, which is Krishna Prema. So that is the benefit or the advantage of understanding Bhagavad Gita through the process of following the Guru Parampara. Right? We are not misguided. And if we go the wrong way, then we are guided in the association of devotees who are all following one of these paramparas, and we are brought back into track by the causeless mercy of devotees. Isn't it? All right. Let's move ahead. So these two verses we will memorize, and then we will meditate on these verses until next Ekadashi. right? So let's move ahead. What is next? Oh, next is we are going to continue with the introduction of from where we left off last time. Okay, so where did we leave last time? So we just do a quick revision of what we have done thus far. Okay, I'm just seeing which window it is. Hold on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. So in the previous, we are almost on the last part of the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita. So wherein Krishna is actually giving a description of the spiritual world. Natad bhashyate shoryo, nasashanko napavakah, yadgatwana nivartante, tad dhamma paramam mama. Right? So we were also discussing that only. When we follow the instructions of our gurus, our eternal Siksha Gurus, Divine Grace, Abhicharanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, by studying Srila Prabhupada's purports, then we will reawaken our love for the Lord, and then we will go back to that abode of the Lord, which does not require a sun or a moon or electricity, right? So from the time we've come to Pune, there are a lot of issues of electricity. Power goes off very frequently, and we are all inconvenienced, right? Because we plan certain things to do certain things, but suddenly what happens? Power goes off, and then what? All our plans to even render devotional service goes for a toss, isn't it? That we have planned certain things, the Zoom session perhaps, to preach the glories of the Lord. But then what happens? There is no power. And then what do we have to do? We have to simply accept these conditions, right? Because in the material world, things will not go according to our plan. Then what do we have to do? We have to adjust our situation according to the Lord's plan. The Lord has a better plan. So maybe we have to either postpone the session, or we have to, postpone it to the evening, or whatever maybe, right? So everything, whatever we plan, whether it is our material activities or even our spiritual activities, then we understand and realize that nothing is in our hands, right? Nothing is within our control. Whatever we are able to do, we are only able to do because of the causeless mercy of Guru and Gauranga, right? And everything happens with the permission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead only, right? So whatever situations of this material world that we encounter, we can learn lessons from everything. And when we learn lessons from every situation of this material world, we will remember how Krishna is the only controller. How we are all Katputli, they are saying, right? Even Prabhupada says that in Markine Bhagavad. What does he say? Nacho, nacho, Prabhu, nacho, se mate, kastera putali jata, nacho, se mate, Guru Kripa Koile Krishna, Mera Prati, Kilagi Anje Takoro E Begati. Right? So, Prabhupada, who's a Senapati Bhakta who's going to preach the message of Krishna consciousness, to whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the baton of Krishna consciousness to be preached in the Western world, to cross over the oceans and go and preach. That Srila Prabhupada is saying that I am like a puppet in the hand of my Guru and Lord Sri Krishna. Right? So this is the attitude of Prabhupada. Then how much more surrender we need to be? Right? We all know our position. Right? How insignificant we are. Right? How much even if we desire to do bhakti, we're not able to do bhakti. Right? Because of our conditioning, our previous conditioning, and our the what do you call, the imprints, or the desires that we've been carrying across various lifetimes, right? Even when we desire, we're not able to do certain things because of the conditioning of the past. But then if we simply follow the instructions of our gurus, we follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, when we are studying Prabhupada's purport, we can do mananam. What are the things that I can apply in my life? So if that is the attitude and consciousness with which we read Prabhupada's purport, what we're going to read right now, then it's just a question of time. We'll immediately get purified of all of our anarthas. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. All of Srila Prabhupada's books, if we simply continuously read every day with the intention of implementing those instructions in our life, then we will quickly get purified with the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, like that. Okay, so let's continue. So why are we studying Bhagavad Gita? We are studying Bhagavad Gita, the 5 important topics in which we are now studying about that supreme abode, the supreme personality of Godhead. If we go to that supreme abode, we will not come back to this material world, right? And if we come to this material world, then what happens? We are bound in the 3 modes of material nature, and we have to consciously act according to the mode that we've acquired, right? That's what Krishna tells Arjuna, right? We helplessly act according to the mode that we've acquired, and we get trapped in the 3 modes of material nature. So we want to utilize every opportunity to render devotional service and go back home to that dham of the Lord, from where yad gatvara nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. We don't have to come back to this material world. Okay, so who wants to read? Shama Priya Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Pranams Mataji, yes.
In the effulgent rays of the spiritual sky, there are innumerable planets floating. The Brahmajyoti emanates from the supreme abode, Krishna Loka, and the Anandamaya, Chinmaya planets, which are not material, float in those rays. The Lord says, Natat Pashate Suryo, Ashashanko na Pavakaha, Yad Gatvana Nivartante, Tad Dama Paramam Mama. One who can approach the spiritual sky does not require descent again to the material sky. In the material sky, even if we approach the highest planet Brahmaloka, what to speak of the moon, we will find the same conditions of life, namely birth, death, disease, and old age. No planet in the material universe is free from these 4 principles of material existence. The living entities are traveling from one planet to another, but it is not that we can go to any planet we like merely by a mechanical arrangement. If we desire to go to other planets, there's a process for going there. This is also mentioned, Yanti Deva Pritan Deva Pritruyanti Pitruprita. No mechanical arrangement is necessary if we want interplanetary travel. The Gita instructs, Yanti Deva Prita Deva. The moon, the sun, the higher planets are called Swarga Deva. There are 3 different statuses of planet: higher, middle, and the lower planetary systems. The Earth belongs to the middle planetary system. Bhagavad Gita informs us how to travel to the higher planetary systems, Devaloka, with a very simple formula, Yanti Deva Pradhan Deva. One need only worship the particular demigod of that particular planet, and in that way go to the moon, sun, or any other higher planetary system. Yet Bhagavad Gita does not advise us to go to any of the planets in this material world, because even if you go to Brahmaloka, the highest planet, through some sort of mechanical contrivance, by maybe traveling for 40,000 years, and would you like that long, we will still find the material inconveniences of birth, death, disease, and old age. But one wants to approach the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, or another planet within the spiritual sky, will not meet with these material inconveniences. Amongst all the planets in the spiritual sky, there is one supreme planet called the Goloka Vrindavana, the original planet in the abode of the original personality of God, Sri Krishna. All of this information is given in Bhagavad Gita, and we are given through these instructions information how to leave the material world and begin a truly blissful life in the spiritual sky. The 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the real picture of material world is given. It is said, Urdhva Moolam Adashrakam Ashvatas Prahuravyayam, Chandramshi Yasya Parnami, Yastam Vedasa Vedavit. Here, the material world is described as a tree whose roots are upwards and branches are below. We have experience of a tree whose roots are upward. If one stands on the bank of a river or any reservoir of water, he can see that the trees reflected in the water are upside down. The branches go downward and the roots upward. Similarly, this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. The spiritual world, the material world, is but a shadow of reality. In the shadow, there is no reality or substantiality, but from the shadow, we can understand that there are substances and reality. In the desert, there is no water, but the mirage suggests that there is such a thing as water. In the material world, there is no water, there is no happiness, but the real water of actual happiness is there in the spiritual world. We do not suggest that we.
Mataji, Anand.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, thank you. So here, what is that? Abrahma Bhuvanan Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna. Right? Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma Bhuvanan Loka. Right? Sometimes you want to, have all the opulences. You want to go to Swarga Loka. There is Soma Rasa and everything. But we should understand that even the highest planet of this material world, which is the Brahma Loka, even there, even Brahma has to die. Right? We were discussing the other day about how Brahma has such a long lifespan that it looks like he lives eternally. But even if we get the position of Brahma, if we perfect our life, the perfected Jiva can become a Brahma. Because Brahma is a position, Brahma is not a person. So anybody can become Brahma. And if there is nobody who qualifies to become Brahma, then Krishna himself will become Brahma. Like Krishna himself will become Indra, the administrator of the heavenly planets, like that. So even if somebody qualifies to become Brahma, it is not a permanent situation. Right? If we want eternal happiness, then we have to become servant. We have to become servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Otherwise, we will face Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. We will experience and see these inconveniences of birth, death, disease, and old age. But as we progress in devotional service, a devotee does not even mind taking birth in this world and going through diseases and old age. Because Ashlishyava Padratam Pinashtumam Adarshanan Marmahatam Karotuba. And we have living examples. We have His Holiness Japa Swami Maharaj undergoing dialysis every alternate day. Yet, the only thing that is there in his heart is, the Chaitanya Shikshamrita classes there in the evening. Right from morning Mangalarti Darshan of the deities of ISKCON Mayapur till the night where he is reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Today I read this, right? From morning to evening. That is the only thing that's going on. So why? And Srila Prabhupada, he suffered 2 heart attacks. He said, if I were to suffer the 3rd heart attack, then, then I would not survive. Right? And he told Krishna is personally maneuvering the ship. And that's why the captain of the ship also said, and Prabhupada Leelamrita has mentioned, the ocean has never been so calm. This is the voyage where I find that the ocean has been so calm. So in this way, we see that our acharyas, they all even want to experience birth, death, disease, and old age, just to deliver the people of this world to go back home, back to God. And such is the mercy of our acharyas. But at our stage, what we can do, at least, we want to get out of this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. At least for that, let us practice devotional service to at least get to the point where we can enjoy eternal happiness. Right? That is our stage of sadhana bhakti. All right, let's move ahead. Who's reading now? Karpagavali Mataji, go ahead. The Lord suggests that.
Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
The Lord suggests that we attain the spiritual world in the following manner. Nirmana Mochita Sangha Dosha Atyatmana Nitya Vinirvitta Kamaha.
Sangha Dosha Adyatmani Vinirvitta Kamaha Dvandvair Vimukta Achantya Mudha Padama Vyayam
That Padam Abhyayam or eternal kingdom can be reached by one who is Nirmana Moha. What does this mean? We are after designations. Someone wants to become a son, someone wants to become Lord, someone wants to become the president or a rich man or a king or something else. As long as we are attached to these designations, we are attached to the body because designations belong to the body. But we are not these bodies, and realizing this is the first stage in the spiritual realization. We are associated with the 3 modes of material nature but we must become detached through devotional service to the Lord. But if we are not attached to the devotional service to the Lord, then we cannot become detached from the modes of material nature. Designations and attachments are due to lust and desire. Our wanting to Lord is over the material nature. As long as we do not give up this propensity or lording it over the material nature, there is no possibility of returning to the kingdom of the Supreme, the Sanatana Dharma. That eternal kingdom, which is ever and never destroyed, can be approached by one who is not bewildered by the attractions of false material enjoyments, who is situated in the service of the Supreme Lord. One so situated can easily approach the Supreme Abode. Elsewhere in the Gita, it is said,
We have to end here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Muktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Sarva upadi, all the designations of being a wife, being a husband, being a father, being a mother, being a grandfather, grandmother, being an employee of an organization, all those designations are external, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Rai, and he also talks about what is that? He talks about Varnashrama system. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, Varnashrama system is very important, but there's something even higher, right? So we need to have the ultimate goal, like the GPS. Currently we are here, so we need to perform the duties of where we are here. But at the same time, we should have the goal in mind. Where do I want to go? Right? I want to give up all the designation, and the only one designation that will eternally remain is Jivera Swarupe Krishna and Nityadas. I need to be always eternally be engaged in the service of Guru and Gauranga. And when I continue to practice that, becomes a way of life for me, that I work only for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. Then we will go back home, back to Godhead, to that place from where we need not come back to this material world. So thank you very much. So we have 22 devotees. Now we will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. One round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra we will chant. So we will, I would request all the devotees to switch on your cameras, right? We will chant with His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarand Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, one round of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then we will end our session. I don't think so. We have time. We have 7 minutes. We need to end at about 12:30. So what we will do is chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we will just chant our regular round, and we'll end with Harinam Sankirtan. I would request devotees to kindly switch on your cameras, and in this way we will chant one round of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare श्री हरि नाम प्रभु की जय कलियुग पावन हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय Hare Krishna. So I hope everyone have taken sankalpa to chant extra rounds. Please do update the Google form by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll quickly do 2 minutes of Harinam Sankirtan and we'll end at 12:30. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Guru Parampara Guru हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. Wishing all of you a very, very happy Krishna conscious Varutini Ekadashi Mahamotsava. Please update the Google form by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll end here. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Varutini Ekadashi Mahamotsava ki jai.